Tell me, we're going to go back to the movie that most people remember you from or recognize you from. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
What one would... There's a finger in it. I know
yes,
that.
there is. There is. I can remember the first time I saw it. I was living in and working in Louisville, Kentucky.
Really?
Yes. And I wanted to do a story on it. And back then, they didn't send out tapes to little reporters in Kentucky. So I had a photographer come in and stand in the back of the theater and shoot some of the screen so we could use, little bits and pieces.
Oh, how
But that's
smart
neither
of
here
you.
or there. Do you remember when it came out? Do you remember the first time you saw it?
I did. I stood in line with everybody else. Yeah, over at the Cinerama Dome.
Intentionally, or because they weren't having screenings, or?
Well, we hadn't had screenings, and so I was also teaching at the time. And so a bunch of my acting students and I went over and stood in line, and of course some photographer saw me there. And then, of course, when that aired, I got calls from Universal. Dee, why didn't you tell us? We would have, So then I went over and watched it with the studio suits. I'm telling you, it was like an entirely different experience.
Really?
Well, when you see it with a lot of the executives, everybody's kind of afraid to react in any particular way because what if their boss doesn't agree? So everybody sat there. There wasn't a lot of reaction. Light applause at the end. At the Cinerama Dome, screaming and crying and standing up and applauding. And I mean, it was like a totally different experience. I'm really glad I saw it at the Dome before I had that other experience, because I think in my very naive beginning actress way, I would have thought my career was over, because there was just no reaction.
What did you think of it the first time you saw it?
That's a two-sided question.
Okay.
Because I don't know about most actors, but when the first time I watched something, everything that happened goes, you go, oh my God, that's when I had that horrible stomach ache and barely could get to the set. And oh my gosh, that's when the camera broke. And, so it takes you a couple of times to watch it. And that being said, I knew it was a hit. I could tell just from the way the audience responded. That film reaches into your soul, into your heart. It surpasses some block that we have and wakes us up